it is Tuesday. I'm about to make my dinner. But before I do, I want to talk to you about something. First, let me address how shiny my face is. I've got Vaseline on. I think it's called slugging, where you basically just smear Vaseline all over your face. It sounds disgusting, but it's just for like deep moisturizer and it really works. And my skin has been so dry recently, so here's the solution. But anyway, last night I went to Waterstones on Princes Street to see David Larby. He wrote this book, Frequently Happy, which has got poems, journal prompts, and, well, 52 mindful moments to bring hope and joy. A very wholesome book. And such a wholesome start to my Monday. That was gorgeous. I just went by myself. I sat at the back. I got my book and then, oh, he signed it too. I don't actually know what he said in it. I was too busy chatting to him about his socks. Dear Sally, may reading each word bring you the joy you deserve. Oh, how cute. So yeah, that was such it's a random thing I found that was going on in Edinburgh and a very nice start to my week. But now I am about to make some ramen. Shock, who'd have thought? Yes, I seem to make ramen every single time I film, and to be honest, I just do make it all the time. But I went to Waitrose, as I mentioned before, after my yoga class, and I bought all the bits and bobs to make a better ramen. Okay, I say that. I literally just bought crispy, that was close. Crispy chili oil. And then I got some gochujang, which I assume is in the fridge. I found, here it is, honey gochujang, yum. And I found a recipe that has basically everything that I have in the cupboard, so I'm hopefully gonna make the best ramen ever. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Then I'm hanging out with my sister this evening, which will be lovely. Let's make this paste and see how the ramen goes from there. My measuring spoons are elite. This tastes great. Also 10 out of 10. Finishing touch. Hello, happy Friday. It's Friday afternoon and the sun has come out and we have not seen sun in a very long time. I think actually up north it's been worse. They haven't seen sun in like over a month or something, but it feels kind of similar here, to be honest. Yesterday I went to yoga and was pelted in the face with hailstones and like sleety snow. It was horrible, and I went into the yoga class and luckily it wasn't hot yoga, but it was warm yoga. So I was just lying there on the mat drying off. I felt like my legs were soaking. Anyway, yeah, I went to a yoga class last night because I've got ClassPass trial still and I'm kind of just making my way through the different things. But yeah, speaking of, this evening I'm going to lagree Pilates, which I think is a form of reformer Pilates, but we shall see. I'll let you know how that goes. But I've just had my cookie, which was my Friday treat of the week, and I think I'm gonna go and have a walk outside. I've got about an hour left of work to do and it's 3 PM, but I think I'm gonna go for like a half an hour walk in the sunshine because I can and I don't know how long it's gonna last, and then come back and do my final hour. That is the plan. And then this evening head to my lagree class, which will be fun. But I'm going to take you along for this weekend because my mum's actually coming tomorrow. And it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, which is cute. And we're going to a jazz event thing, which will be fun, hopefully. It might be full of couples, but regardless, it'll be nice to hang out with my mum. So she's staying over and I think we're going to see my sister as well. So I think it'll be quite a nice wholesome weekend, and the weather's meant to be good, so I want to document this. But yeah, we will get to that tomorrow when we get to that. But now I'm gonna go on my wee walk in the sunshine and yeah, photosynthesize. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me against the sun, but this is lovely. It's so sunny, it's so lovely. I should have walked the other way so that the sun was in my face, but hey ho, I'm having a great time. What a very good use of a half-hour break at work. Honestly, the dopamine levels, doing bits for my mental health. had a lovely little slow morning reading a magazine. I'm enjoying embracing the physical media for a wee bit. But anyway, last night's class was actually really hard. I've never done lagree before. I've done reformers once a couple weeks ago, I think I mentioned it, but I didn't find it that difficult, so I thought I would do lagree because I've heard good things about it. It was a very bougie place, I'll have to say. Like, they had their own like protein balls and stuff, and then I had to buy the grippy socks when I was there, which were £12. Anyway, did the class. It was like slow, it was kind of like reformers but really slowly, burning your hamstrings and your glutes and your abs. That was kind of like where I felt it the most, I think, with all of that. But yeah, it was really good, and the lady was well impressed with me, so but yeah, they didn't do any stretching at the end though, which blows my mind because that was so intense. I feel like you have to stretch after that. So anyway, I stretched. Luckily I feel like actually okay today, which is good because I'm going on a run. I'm only doing between 3 and 5k because basically my injury came back a little bit a couple of weeks ago, so I haven't done any running since then to just rest it, and then now I'm gonna do 3 to 5k to just sort of see where we're at, do it really slowly. Also, one of my friends was saying that if you do an under 5-minute k, you're putting like 3 times the amount of load on your legs than you would with a slower pace, which I thought was quite interesting, and I guess feeds into why you get injured more if you run harder. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna do a really slow, easy pace with one of my friends today. Maybe gonna grab a coffee after, but I'm not sure I have time because my mum is coming, so I'll meet her off the train and then we'll go from there. I don't know what we're gonna get up to this afternoon, but in the evening we're going to like a jazz bar. No, not a jazz bar, like a jazz... It's like the New Orleans jazz band. It's an hour just off the Royal Mile, and I got it for my mum for her birthday, so that'll be really nice. It is Valentine's Day though, so it could be full of couples, and it was very difficult for us to get a dinner reservation, but we got there in the end, and it's going to be a lovely evening. I'm going to wear, while we're here, this red, like cowl neck top, very Valentine's-esque, and I thought a little bit fancy for the jazz bar, and just a pair of jeans, I think. We were going for some Vietnamese food before, which will be lovely. And more importantly, the sun is out. The sun is properly out today, which is so nice, and I can't wait to go and frolic for like 30 minutes. But yeah, anyway, what was that? I'm gonna do some activations and go for a run, and I'm gonna buy some daffodils on the way home because spring is coming. It's coming. I'm just about to leave, but I got this headband off Vinted, which is better than my buff, and look, it's even reflective at the back. I'm very pleased with this. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. That was the nicest run ever. It's just to be in the sunshine, it's so nice. We went around the meadows, had a coffee in Bruntsfield, and I picked up some daffodils on my way back. I'm gonna go have a shower, do my hair, tidy the flat, and meet my mother. Wow, terrible lighting. Hello, good evening. It is Sunday evening and I've been on my feet all day. Yesterday I think I did 27,000 steps, and today 14,000. Not as big, but still pretty big. But I've had a lovely weekend with my mum. Yesterday we had a little shop around. We had to get wedding gifts for a wedding wreath, and we stopped at Harvey Nicks and had a cocktail, and they messed up our order, so we got a free cocktail too. And then we went out for some Vietnamese food and saw the jazz band last night, which was the whole point of my mum coming down. It was like a New Orleans inspired jazz band. They were really good, and she sort of told us the story behind some of the jazz songs, the singer in the jazz band. Yeah, and they had a very enthusiastic trumpet player, guy on the keyboard, he was amazing, double bass, and the drums. It was so good. It was put on by Fever. They were called The Justified Sinners, I think was the name of the band. I'm not really sure, but it was great. And then today we just had another mooch around the shops, met up with some family friends for lunch, and went to see an exhibition at the King's Gallery, which is in Holyrood Palace. And if you sign this ticket, if anybody goes, sign your ticket at the back and then get free readmission for the next exhibition they put on, which was so good. So yeah, we saw that. And then went with my sister for coffee. So I think I'm gonna sign off the video here. I just did my food shop. This week's main food is corn burritos with smoked cheese and guac, which I'm quite excited about. But I'm gonna go to the pub this evening with my sister, which will be a nice way to end the Sunday. And then I'm gonna be crocheting, but I think I'm gonna talk about that in the next video. But I'm basically crocheting my sister a top for Christmas. No, a top for her birthday. Slowly but surely, even though her birthday's in 2 weeks' time. We'll see if we make it in time, basically. Yeah, I'm knackered. I'm like socialised out, to be honest. But it has been a lovely weekend. So yeah, thanks for joining if you made it this far. And we'll see you next time. Maybe next week, maybe next month. Who knows?